Once you've mastered how to make normal macaron shells, it's fun to switch things up every once in a while. One option for this is piping your macarons into unique shapes. This is especially fun for the holidays, like making pumpkins for Halloween or the fall season, or maybe even hearts for Valentine's Day or Christmas trees for the holidays. I've got lots of unique shaped macaron templates linked in the bonus section of this course, so be sure to check those out and go ahead and print them once you're up for a little bit of a challenge. In this lesson, I'm going to show you my technique for piping uniquely shaped macarons. Let's use this flower template as an example. To begin, I start with a smaller piping tip. I'll leave a link to the one I'm using below. For this example, I'm going to use two colors of macaron batter, white and pink. Let's start out by using the white batter to pipe the center of the flower. Similar to the other piping technique that I taught you, you'll want to release the piping bag slightly before the batter reaches the full edge of the template, since it will continue to spread. Since shaped macarons are so detailed, you're going to have to make sure you pay close attention to how much batter you are squeezing out of the piping bag. You'll also notice I'm using a silicone baking mat. This helps prevent the batter from spreading as easily. Of course, I also made sure to keep my batter thick and to not over macaronage so it becomes too runny. If you want very distinct lines in between the center of the flower and the petals, you'll want to allow the center of the macaron to dry slightly before piping the petals. You can use a fan to help make this process even faster. However, for this design, I'm not personally super concerned about having distinct lines, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to piping the petals with the pink macaron batter. The key to having beautiful shaped macarons is going nice and slow and taking your time. The shaped macarons aren't necessarily hard to pipe, but you do have to go slow and take some time to practice. Another thing you'll want to pay attention to is making sure that you build up these shaped macarons as much as a typical macaron. Depending on the design, especially if it's a design where you can't pipe circles, you might have the tendency to only pipe really thin lines or a thin section of the design. However, once you get that base layer, keep piping the batter until it's built up a little bit more. If your shape is piped too thinly, it won't result in proper macaron feet, and it will overall have a weak structure and easily break. Plus, if your macaron has parts that are thick and parts that are thin, it's not going to bake evenly. After you finish piping your shaped macarons, you'll want to gently bang the pan to release any air bubbles. With shaped macarons, you'll want to be a little gentler with this process compared to normal macarons, just to make sure that your shape doesn't lose its form. When you go to pop any excess air bubbles with a toothpick, you can also use the toothpick to help blend in various colors of batter if you're wanting to achieve a more cohesive look. You'll see once the macarons bake up that they turn out really cute, especially once they're filled. With a little practice, you are going to love making uniquely shaped macarons for all of your holiday and birthday celebrations.